cage tours. So this first cage here is Angus and Bullseye. So their cage is a 5x3. On top here is a piece of plexiglass held down by some spring clamps, because Angus did once jump right up to the top here and was hanging off of where his nameplate was. So for safety's sake, we have plexiglass up. So these boys always have one side of their cage with some tunnels and cozies to sleep in to make sure they stay nice and warm. They have a hay pile in the center, wood logs. They have a couple hanging chew toys over there. They have a foam hut. And then over here I keep clear, that's where I put their veggies down in the morning. Just a nice place to keep clean, because these boys are 2 skinny pigs and they are very messy with lots of poops. So I like to have the one side clean for veggies. So Angus is here on the right and Bullseye is there on the left. Bullseye is 4 years old and Angus was born just this year in February. They are super cute. So, oh, I should mention, the back of their wall is solid because next door is Huckle and Apple, and Bullseye cannot handle having other pigs right beside him. He would chew the bars nonstop. So coming over this way, we have Apple Dumpling and Huckleberry Pie. So their cage is a 4x3. We have little Apple right there giving herself a little bath. And we have Huckleberry Pie over there. Huckle just turned a year in June, and Apple was a year old in January. Hi, sweetheart. Apple is a little love muffin. She absolutely adores being pet and usually flattens right out. Huckle really likes to be pet too. He doesn't flatten out, but he doesn't mind a couple scratches. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. So in their cage, they have, this is where their little area is where I put their beds. And they have a hanging chew toy. All their chew toys are from Zoey and Lilo's toy box that's located here in Canada, in Ontario. So they have wooden logs as well. They have a snuggle sack. They have a couple more chew toys there. And the majority of their hay is kept up in this bent grid hay rack. So that is zip tied on, stuff hay down into the side so they can pull it out all along the squares or eat from the side. I found this keeps hay easy to access, but also a lot of it keeps it clean. So now attached to their cage in this 2x3 is Willie. Willie is our newest skinny pig. He is 6 years old. And he's snoozing in there. I think he's asleep. So Willie is a senior. He has 2 strips of vet bed on this side, some hay over here. He has a couple toys and 2 different water bottles. And so far this is the only bed that I was told he kind of likes to be in, the tent huts. So his cage hooks up partway to Apple and Huckle here. I do have plexiglass put here that's just this high. Apparently Apple's not a fan of Willie, which I was actually really shocked. I've never heard her chatter before, and she chattered up a storm at him, and when he was poking his nose through, she was trying to chomp on it. So I was very surprised. And then he has Raisin and Nanaimo over here, who he loves to talk to, and they're very gentle with him for touching his nose. So Willie, as I said, it's 2x3. And then over here we have Nanaimo and Rum-Raisin. So these 2 ladies are in a 4x3 as well. There's gorgeous Nanaimo right there. And as per usual, we can hardly see Raisin. So they have a hay rack as well. Theirs isn't hooked up the exact same as the other guys. I might change it around, we'll see. Just depends how much hay they pull out. So they have a Timothy hay tunnel, wood logs. This is their little fleece forest area with some cozies and a tunnel. And they have some extra chew toys hanging up here because I had to take it away from Littlefoot and Butter Pecan. They needed their cage with clear of scents because I just did some bonding with them. So there's my gorgeous Nams. She's so beautiful. Hi, pretty girl. Are you wondering what that is? Oh, what's happening? There's little Raisin. Okay, we'll film Raisin if she comes out. Raisin's absolutely the most shy piggy I have. So Nanaimo here, she turned 2 in May. And little Raisin is going to be a year old in November. So now over here is a 3x8 cage, and it has Reese, Littlefoot, and Butter Pecan. And there's my 3 little babies right there. So Reese is on the right with the chocolate and orange. Butter Pecan is right here. She's a tri-colored agouti. She has white, cream, and then the agouti coloring. And then Littlefoot is a neutered male skinny pig. So they have 2 ends with the little fleece forests where I put their beds underneath. They have 2 of the wooden tunnels, and they have just a pile of hay to make sharing very easy for them. And they have 5 water bottles. They do not have any toys in their cage right now. I have some on order. They have just been bonded together, so the chew toys could not be cleaned of scent, so I couldn't have them in the cage. So I gave them to other cages, and they're going to get fresh ones soon. Aren't they just the cutest? So Reese, she was just born this year in March. Butter Pecan and Littlefoot next month are going to be 4 years old. Now down here is Bun Bun's area. This is a Kong mat pad, crate pad for dogs. And then this section here is his little home base where he has his litter box, his hay box, his veggie dish, his pellet dish, his water dish. He is a free-range rabbit, so he can go anywhere he wants in this room. And then over here we have a huge 50-pound oxbow hay box that I use. There's toys all back in there, paper. We have a boot rack with a seagrass mat tied on top. I just gotta move this over. I put this mat down so that when he jumps down off of his boot racks, he has traction rather than on the vinyl floor, he'll slide. And then this next section is another play section with paper, cardboard, tunnels. He has a bunch of chew toys that hang all around. A wooden IKEA bed, and he can go all the way over there and go in behind those bins and so on and so forth. So Bun Bun has a lot of space. So let's just do our little overview. So there's 10 guinea pigs and 1 Bun Bun. Oh, there's Raisin. We can see her if she doesn't run. Oh, there she goes. Oh, looks like there's a little hay monster under there.